Amazon's seller verification process is strict, and one small mistake can delay your approval for weeks. My Amazon seller account was approved in less than 48 hours, and in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do the same by walking you through the entire setup process, the documents Amazon accepts, and the 5 mistakes that cause the most approval delays and rejections for new sellers. All right, let's get started. So the first step is to head on over to sell.amazon.com and click the sign up button here. Clicking this button is going to get you started on Amazon's professional plan, which costs $39.99 a month, as you can see here. Most people don't realize this, but you can also scroll way down to the bottom of the page here and click this option to sign up as an individual seller. Using this option is free. There's no monthly fee. However, you do end up having to pay 99 cents for each item that you sell. What I recommend is signing up with the professional plan right away. If you're serious about starting your Amazon business, this is the plan that you're going to need anyways, and it includes a ton of perks, such as this 10% back on your first 50K sales, and a bunch of new seller incentives like you can see here. And later on in the video, I'll show you how you can get your first few months for free and avoid having to pay the $39.99 a month. All right, so click on sign up. Now on this first step, there's 2 options for you to choose from. You can log into an existing account or create a new one down here. And here's where most people make their very first mistake. If you already have an existing Amazon account, such as one that you buy stuff on Amazon with, and you want to use this same account for your new seller account, then you need to log in with that account email and password here. But I don't suggest doing that. Or if you've already started registering a seller account that you left unfinished or in limbo, you also need to log in with that account here. Do not try to create another new account. You can't have multiple seller accounts, so you'll create a huge problem for yourself trying to sort this out later. Now, if you don't want to use the same Amazon account that you buy stuff with, or you've never tried to create a seller account in the past, then go ahead and click on the Create Your New Account button here. And this is the option that I suggest using. Don't use your Amazon buying account. Keep your personal activity separate from your business. This will make your bookkeeping a lot easier because trust me, when I started selling on Amazon, I originally signed up using my buyer account, and that just made things way more complicated. So I ended up closing that account and creating a separate seller account. So create a new account by using a different email address from your buyer account. Now be aware, and this is the first mistake I see people make. As I mentioned earlier, you can't have multiple seller accounts, whether approved or not. According to the Amazon policy, in general, you're only allowed to have 1 seller account per marketplace. And if you violate this policy, Amazon will close all of the accounts. So what I had to do in my case is I had to close the first seller account that I had before I could create the new account by using a different email address so that I can keep my personal Amazon buyer account separate from the new seller account. All right, so go ahead and enter your email address here. And a pro tip, to help avoid any delays, if you can, avoid using Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, or any other free email address. Too many scammers and bad actors try to create seller accounts with those emails. Ideally, you should be using an email address from your own domain. For example, if your business name is Best Products and you own the domain bestproducts.com, then you should be using an email address from that domain, such as crescent@bestproducts.com. Okay, so enter your name, email, and the password that you want to use, and then click next. Amazon will then send you an email to verify your email address. And once you've done that, you'll have to log in and enter the one-time password to continue. All right, and once you've verified your email, let's get started. Since I registered on Amazon.com, the US marketplace, it's confirming that I'm applying to sell in the US marketplace. So click agree and continue. Now, the first step here is to select your business location. This is where you've registered your business, or if you don't have a registered business, choose your country of residence or where you live. Now, you don't have to live in the US to sell in the US marketplace. In fact, you can pretty much sell from almost anywhere around the world. However, if you don't live in the US, you'll need to provide some different documentation laid out on this page here, depending if you're in China, Europe, Latin America, or India. I'll leave a link to this page in the description below. But since most of you watching are in the US, choose US and click next. On the next step, you need to choose your business type. If you registered a business such as an LLC or a sole proprietorship, then choose privately owned business. Otherwise, if you didn't register a business, you can start selling by just using your social security number. So choose individual. And one thing I want to point out here is that choosing individual here has nothing to do with the individual seller plan. They're completely separate options and have nothing to do with each other. One is the Amazon seller plan, whether you're paying a monthly fee or not, and the other is your business type. So choosing one doesn't mean you have to choose the other. I see a lot of people get confused over this. Now, if you want to set up a business such as an LLC or a sole proprietorship, you can do so in your own state's government website. Or a lot of sellers register in Wyoming. In Wyoming, it only costs around $100 to set up an LLC, and I'll leave a link to their government website in the description below. Another option is to use a service like LegalZoom. They can assist you with all of the documentation and help you register the business for you. And forming an LLC comes with a number of benefits, including liability protection and potential tax advantages. The biggest benefit for many sellers is that it helps separate your personal assets from your business. For example, if someone were to sue your business because of a product that you sold, your personal assets like your home, car, or personal savings are generally protected. On the other hand, if you're operating as a sole proprietor, there's no legal separation between you and your business, meaning your personal assets could be exposed to any business-related lawsuits or debts. Okay, so since I have a registered business, I'm going to select privately owned. And by the way, if you're finding this walkthrough helpful, smash the like button. It really helps this channel out more than you know, and it helps this video reach more new sellers. All right, click next. Now, choose the type of product that you plan to sell on Amazon. I do private label, so I'm going to select products branded by my business. If you plan to sell wholesale products or do arbitrage, then you're going to select products branded by another business. Now, when you select products branded by my business, the Your Brand Name field is optional. If you haven't chosen a brand name to use or you haven't registered a trademark, just leave this blank for now. Otherwise, you can enter your brand name here. If you do enter a brand name, make sure you've typed it in exactly how you plan to use it. And if you trademarked it, that it matches the spelling, punctuation, and capitalization exactly as it appears on the trademark application. Otherwise, you're going to create problems for yourself with the brand approval process. All right, click next. All right, now on the next few steps, we'll need to provide some information and documentation, as you can see here. Amazon will verify your submission, and then once verified, you'll be able to start selling. And you can see here, you'll need all of this information here to complete the registration process. You'll need a valid government issued ID or passport, a recent bank account or credit card statement, a chargeable credit or debit card, and a mobile phone. So get those ready before proceeding. And once you're ready, click start. All right, now since I chose that I have a registered business on the previous step, I need to enter my business details here. And here's where people make a huge mistake that will get the application rejected. Make sure you enter all of this information correctly. It needs to match what's on your business registration. The name, address, everything letter for letter. Otherwise, it'll get rejected. Then click next. Now enter your primary contact information. For most of us, we're setting up the Amazon seller account for ourselves, so you're the primary contact. So enter your own personal details here. And because we're setting this up for ourselves, the point of contact is the beneficial owner, so choose yes. And we are the only beneficiary, so choose yes. Checkbox this to confirm that it's accurate, and click next. All right, now here's where you need to provide a credit card or debit card. This is how Amazon's going to charge you each month for the professional selling plan, as well as any balance that you might owe in the future. But don't worry though, you're not permanently locked into the professional plan. If you change your mind in the future, you can always downgrade to the individual plan anytime that you want. In fact, you can upgrade and downgrade as often as you want. Now, here's where a lot of people make another mistake. The card that you use must be an American Express, MasterCard, or Visa. If your card doesn't have the Amex, MasterCard, or logo on it, then you can't use it. Often people try to use their bank's debit card, which doesn't have one of these logos on it. Amazon won't accept it. In fact, if you try to use an invalid debit card that doesn't have one of these logos on it, there's a high probability that Amazon will flag your account and you'll get banned. So use an actual credit card or ask your bank to issue you a debit card that has one of these credit card logos on it. And a pro tip, Amazon won't charge you the monthly fee until you actually start selling. How this works is Amazon's going to charge you the $39.99 for the very first month as soon as you register. but you won't get charged again until you actually start selling. Now, if for some reason you do get charged, just reach out to seller support, and in most cases, they'll issue you a refund. Okay, so enter your credit card or debit card information here, and then click on Continue. All right, on step 3 here, you need to enter your store and product information. In the store name field, enter the name that you want your Amazon store to be called. It can be whatever you want, but in my opinion, it should match your business name, but it doesn't have to. If you didn't register a business, that's okay. Just choose a store name that you want to use. If you choose a name that's already in use, you'll get an error like you can see here. So just pick another one. But don't worry, you can always change the store name later if you're not happy with it. Next is asking if you have any UPC barcodes. These are the barcodes that you would scan at a store as you're checking out whenever you buy something. So if you plan to sell wholesale or arbitrage products, they're already going to have a UPC barcode on them. However, if you plan to sell private label products, you're going to have to buy UPC barcodes for them. So essentially, regardless of how you plan to sell on Amazon, just choose yes here. If you're selling private label products like me, you can buy official GS1 barcodes directly from the GS1 website for only $30 each. And if you're just starting out with only one product, then you only need to buy one barcode. And never buy barcodes from third-party sellers. It can get your listing shut down or selling privileges revoked, as you can see here. And I'll leave a link to how to buy these barcodes down in the description below. Now, if you're enrolled in any diversity programs, you can select yes here. And if you qualify, you can have your products featured and highlighted in the marketplace. Otherwise, choose no. And do you own a brand? If you plan to sell private label products, then choose yes, since you'll be selling products under your own brand. If you're not sure, then just choose some of them for now. Since I do private label, I'm going to choose yes. And notice another option popped up here asking if I own a registered trademark for the brand. If you do, choose yes. And it's okay if you don't have a registered trademark. It's not required to sell on Amazon. You can still use your own brand and logo even if it's not trademarked. You just won't be able to enroll in brand registry and get access to more advanced marketing features like the A+ content. You need to have a registered trademark to enroll. Now, while we're on the topic of brands, let me give you a quick tip that can save you a lot of headaches later. One of the biggest mistakes I see new sellers make is waiting until after they launch to think about how they're going to get reviews. The reality is that getting your first reviews can be one of the hardest parts of launching a new product because customers just don't like to leave feedback. That's actually why I built ReviewScan Go. ReviewScan Go lets you create Amazon compliant QR code insert cards like this one that help you generate verified reviews while also building your own customer email list. Instead of using generic thanks for your purchase cards that just get tossed in the trash, your customers simply scan a QR code and are guided through your own branded funnel where you can provide support, resources, bonuses, and more. And the best part, it's incredibly easy to set up, it's Amazon compliant, and you can get started for free. If you'd like to see how it works, I'll leave a link down in the video description below. All right, with that said, let's continue setting up your seller account. So click on Next. Now on step 4 here, you need to upload copies of your documents to prove your identity. You need to upload your business registration certificate here, upload your passport and proof of address here, and you can choose from the drop-down menu what type of document that you want to upload. But take note, and this is one of the main sources of why applications get rejected. People don't follow the upload guidelines on this page. For example, for your proof of ID, the document you submit must include the date of birth, the ID holder must be 18 years or older, and it must be in color. And the proof of address needs to follow all of these guidelines here. And the business documents need to follow these guidelines here. And I'll post a link to this page down in the video description below, so make sure you read through them before submitting your documents. And once you've completed this step, Amazon may require you to do a video call to further verify your identity. Now, I also want to point out, you can see that Amazon is also requiring an address verification. This is where Amazon will mail you a card to your address that has a code on it. You'll need to enter this code to verify your address. Again, getting this card can sometimes take several weeks, and I've even seen cases where the card took over a month to receive. So again, you need to be patient here. And once you've done that, that's it. You're done. Now, wait for Amazon to verify your submission. But this verification process can take time though. But like I said at the beginning of the video, my account got verified within 48 hours, but it can take much longer. Sometimes it can take a few days or even several weeks. So you need to be patient here. That's why it's important to start this process early so that you're not waiting around for your account to get approved in order to start selling. Now, a couple of pro tips. Once your account is verified, do not immediately go to your account settings and start changing your bank info or credit card details. This is another huge mistake people make. Changing those details right away is a red flag that you might be a scammer, and Amazon can flag your account and deactivate it. If you do need to update that information for some reason, wait at least a month before you start changing it. And along those same lines, if you didn't create your seller account with a registered business and you want to update it, or you want to change your business details, doing that will trigger the verification process again, and you'll have to go through the whole verification process to get re-verified with the new business details. Now, once you have a verified account, you can start selling on Amazon, but having a seller account doesn't make you money. Choosing the right product does. And that's where most beginners struggle. They don't know how to find profitable product ideas or how to validate whether a product is actually worth selling. Well, this video right over here will show you exactly how to do that.